Alright guys, in this video I wanted to talk about why you probably should train your abs if you really want your abs to pop. And I'm going to use myself as an example right now. You can see me right here in this picture. I'm around 165 pounds right here. I'm very lean, as you can see. My abs just aren't popping the way that I want them to. This is just due to an overall lack of muscle mass and a lack of training my abs. During this period of time I was very much like told, oh, don't train your abs, like squats and deadlifts will grow them, and you can just abs are made in the kitchen. And while that is true as far as you need to be lean enough for your abs to actually show through, abs are muscle, and people that you see who have those really deep cuts in their abs are generally people that train their abs. I've seen usually in most cases, like the type of people that might be able to get away with training their abs less or not at all, people that have a very narrow bone structure and not a very broad rib cage, and they tend to just have like certain abdominal insertions where it just pops a little bit better. Whereas myself, I have a pretty broad rib cage, and my abs just don't pop that way naturally. And anyways, those people who don't train their abs, who are a little bit more, narrow, would have more abs pop more if they actually train them. You can see right here in this picture, this is me at about 190 pounds, and you can see that my abs are popping a lot more. And at this point, I've been training my abs consistently for years. Basically, like, I train my abs every single day. It's a very simple routine. I do weighted cable crunches for 2 to 3 sets. And then I do 2 to 3 sets of weighted glute ham developer planks, because those are a little bit tougher than actual elbow planks, and I don't really have someone to put like a 45 on my back or multiple of them. The reason why I choose these exercises is because, like, number one, the most important exercise as far as it comes to growing your abs is going to be some sort of weighted crunch of some sort, because the primary function of the rectus abdominis, the ab muscle, the six pack, is going to be actual ab or spinal flexion and really pulling your abs down together in that crunching motion. And you want to train them heavy, just like you would your biceps. You wanted to get them bigger. A lot of people will get scared of this and be like, is that going to make my waist larger and I would be less aesthetic? The answer is no. Usually you only have the issue if you are training your obliques heavily, and that is going to cause more hypertrophy and like a wider waist. You'll see like some powerlifters actually do train their abs, or their obliques intentionally, just to like twisting is sort of like less of an injury risk because of that. Because, for example, like if you accidentally twist on a squat or deadlift and you're not used to that, strength in that position, you're probably going to get hurt. Or like football players, for example. But as long as you avoid like weighted oblique work, you shouldn't have any sort of block your waist. And then I train the planks and whatnot, because that is going to train my transverse abdominis, which is going to be the deeper muscle to my six pack, and that basically helps keep your core tight and drawn in, and kind of like avoiding that like distended looking belly, and then also does train your abs too. So my general point with this video is just that if you want your abs to actually pop at lower body fat percentages, you need to not only have low body fat, but you need to have the muscle mass that it actually shows through. Just like any other, muscle. For example, if you are very lean, but you don't have like cap delts, like, I have some pretty cap shoulders, like, you're not going to look impressive. You're not going to have the muscle pushing against the skin the way that you want to. So again, there is truth to the statement that abs are made in the kitchen, as far as getting leaner, but I wouldn't say it's actually abs are made in the kitchen. It's more so abs are revealed through your diets, and they are built through actual exercise and actually training them and trying to get stronger than just like any other muscle group. I recommend, you don't have to train your abs every single day. Like me, I built up to that. And I actually have, there's like some small data that shows that like there might be some small spot reduction, but from training your abs a little bit more often, because you enhance blood flow to the area, which can, that's a part of fat loss, is actual blood flow to the tissue. And I think I have seen like some sort of like effect of that. It could also just be that they're popping more so they look better. And not only that, like your abs are going to show through at like higher body fat percentage. So if you're going on a bulk, you still have your abs popping through. So there's lots of benefits to actually training your abs. It doesn't have to be a lot. I would start on most people like 2 to 3 times a week, 2 to 3 sets per exercise. You can choose like a weighted cable crunch, a weighted sit up, an ab crunch machine, and then I recommend like some sort of like plank of some sorts, like the glute ham developer plank or elbow planks or whatever. Hopefully this video makes sense, and you can use my sort of anecdote as some evidence for that. But yeah, if you guys are interested in coaching, want to get a six-pack, you guys want to actually get jacked and get strong too, links are down below to apply for coaching. Talk guys in the next one. Peace.